Okay, so here's me walking up to the car in the morning. I live on a boat with my wife, but we bought a house, so I need a truck. You'll see the car. You can see it already, actually. See its red butt sticking out. Has custom tags. Says one fat 40. So the owner before me had that since 1988, so I kept them. Body's really straight. It's got decent floorboards or stands or steps, and then the hood's louvered, which is custom. I've only had it for about 6 months, but like I said, we bought a house. Well, we're in escrow right now, so let me throw my stuff in it, and we'll get it started. Very patinaed paint. Don't know if it's original. That's probably not original. And good interior. The original radio did go there, so you could put another one in right there. Problem is that some of the air conditioning stuff is kind of in the way. I think that's why the owner before me took it out. Good headliner, good seats. It's got seatbelts in the front, not in the back. You don't really need them by law, since it was built before 1965. But it would be good to put them in if you're going to have anybody in the back, obviously. All right, no cup holders, so I got to do this.
Nice car, bro.
Oh, thanks. How's it going this morning?
Did you have it the whole time, or did you just buy it?
I've had it for about 6 months.
Right on, bro.
So yeah, and it's got a good Chevy 350, TH350 automatic transmission. A billion, who knows? I mean,
Right on, bro.
there's just no telling. So, but it's so new underneath, it doesn't even matter.
Oh, is it?
New engine, new transmission, new rear end,
Wow.
new brakes. So yeah.
Wow, right on.
Just got the original frame and body, really.
Right on, bro.
Yeah.
God bless you.
All
Have a
right,
good day.
man, God bless you too. Anyway, that happens a lot. It's got a little cracked window right here, by the way. And here's the cluster. All right, let's just get in and start it. Like I said, I haven't started it. I started it yesterday morning for a little bit. And then I drove it to work all week, of course. Today's Sunday. The speedometer doesn't work. So, and then you'll see the oil pressure thing. Let's go ahead and crank it. So when I crank it, I just start cranking and then I start tapping the gas pedal. There it is. That's as cold as it could be. So you can see the pressure gauge, oil pressure isn't on. If you give it a little tiny tap, it starts up. Let's go half size. Okay, there we go. It's got an electric choke. Right now it's at 1200 RPMs. So I'll give it a few seconds because it's carbureted. And then I'll just tap her down a little bit. As you drive it, RPMs drop. But yeah, this is missing, but it's because I took it off and I forgot to put it back on. So I have it. That's the door handle. The door handles, you lock them by pushing up on them. No, pushing down on them. That's locked. Pulling up opens them. So I think the only way in is on the passenger side with a key, I think. But I don't have keys for the door lock. So at least I've never tried this one. There's nothing in here, so I don't lock it. Anyway, this is it. Let's give it a little run. Let's get that RPMs down a little bit again. Yeah, it still wants to run a little high because it's cold. But the electric choke does work on it. It's got a Chevy 350, Mallory ignition, all that good stuff. Mallory, that's got an Edelbrock. I think is it an RPM intake? It's got a Holley. It's all chrome, of course, but Holley carburetor. You know, the basics on that people do on a Chevy. It's got the little hugger headers that just sit right up against the engine. So anyway, this is it. It goes, and I'll stop too, and it stops. Here's the play in the steering, right about this much. So you can be, when it's cruising down the highway, you can just sit like this. It's when you have to turn, you have to kind of pre-turn on it a little bit. But the steering box is completely adjustable. It just needs to be tightened up. I just haven't done it. You know, you take a, I don't know, I think it's a 5/8 open end and a screwdriver, and you loosen the open end nut, and then you tighten down the little adjuster, and then you tighten down, when you set it where you want it, you tighten down that nut again, and you should be fine adjusted, which would take all that play out of it. No power steering, no power brakes. You got to push on the brakes. But what makes it cool is you're driving an old car and it feels like it. It's just like it's an 80-year-old man with new muscles. That's really what it is. It's got better stopping and going power. So turning power, about the same. It's got transverse leaf springs, which are turned sideways. So there's one leaf spring on the front, one leaf spring on the back. One good thing about that, this car, you know, it's not set up for burning out or anything like that. It would need to get retuned to do that. But you don't get any wheel hop with that. That's leaf springs that cause that wheel hop, because they torque and they go doop, doop, doop. So anyway, this is the car.